Gregory.
We're getting Greg in here. But
What
hello. Hi. Sorry we're late.
We are
We got stuff
professional.
come up. What is the input?
Well, the stuff is that is making one of our players late, and we gave her some time, and she's still late, so we're just gonna go.
Oops, shit balls. I chose the wrong one. In there,
Connor chose death.
I did choose death.
I really do feel like that picture of what's his nuts, the guy from Final Fantasy 16, Ben Starr. It's still in the chat there from a week ago,
I know.
and that's really how I feel right now.
We will.
Yeah.
We'll be getting Greg in a second. Right now, it is saying that we are
now recording.
There you go, you fucking bitch boy.
Gregory.
I was like, more than one of us has the ability to pull him in here, so.
He's fighting me. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dicefunctional Campaign 2 with the Neighborhood Watch, where we last left our group of intrepid idiots. They had just... Don't worry, you're fine. They had just dealt with a few issues at hand. Namely issues that were based around a certain someone not being with the rest of the party, instead having spent the night with their now girlfriend, Vera. The party reacted about the way you would expect them to. The middle-aged individuals meddled, the older woman cooed, and the younger individual acted like an older sibling and made it even worse and told Caz's parents. It proved to be a interesting day for Castella, and a nearly life-threatening day for Fitz, who was almost throttled to death in their own room. After this, you all then began looking into a few other things that had started to pique your attention. First, you got an oar over to one of Fizzy's siblings, who is currently stuck on an island as they wandered off. And then you started asking some questions. Namely, who exactly has these lead boxes that has the pieces of the old vampire? And does that mean that they are part of this conspiracy? And you managed to find one, namely the head of the vampire, and you found that it was being held in the city of Belric. Sorry, Orpheus. I keep saying that. I'm stupid. There, you found that the person in possession of the head was none other than one Amador Bayo, a longtime ally of the party, we will say. You received some information from him. You received names of people who turned out to be part of this conspiracy. Some you know very well. Others you were able to kind of piece together and figure out. But where we had last left off, you guys had taken all that information, teleported back to the carts, back to the tower, and that's where we left off. So, let me quickly just go right on ahead. Play some music. White boy. All right. So, it is approaching noon on the 79th of spring. And in the moments like this, you guys all have to kind of stop and realize this all started less than a season ago. Less than a season ago, you guys were not adventurers, not skilled combatants, washed up criminals in some cases. This was nothing close to what you were expecting. And yet, here you are now. So, you all have made your way back to the cart with these realizations now kind of dawning on you fully. And realizing that you have some unfinished business in some cases. Fitz, you still have a patron to go and meet. Caz, you know that your uncle is still locked up in prison, though it seems like that may take a little bit longer to finish up. But that doesn't mean that you don't have other things you may want to do. Daeris, your family's rescued, and right now they are your biggest priority. You know that. But at the same time, it's hard to not have a little bit of loyalty to the people that you served with for the last half a season-ish. Ignatius, you've got your strange little gate that you need to deal with. But Granny, you just got your past. Don't you?
Yeah. Kind of.
So, what do you guys want to do? I'd imagine you all made your way back to the cart, possibly sat down and rested for a bit. But what is the plan?
You're muted, Jess. Can't hear you.
You guys want to see a cool magic trick I have?
Huh?
And she grabs a pencil.
No. No.
No. Nothing quite like that. I don't.
No. Wait.
I think it's a cool little trick. Stop it. I'm not doing that. And just for the fun of it, because everyone's a little stressed out, and she desperately wants everyone to calm down for a second. I do use my new spell, Distort Gravity, with a Rushton and make everyone essentially, the floor becomes the ceiling becomes the floor.
Well, this is definitely giving me a. She's like standing upside down. Definitely giving me a new perspective.
You need to dust the rafters.
It's not my job. Hold on, wait. Luce,
Yeah.
come here.
You see Luce is sitting out of the range of the spell and is kind of sitting there looking up and going, "No, I'm good, actually.
Why not?
I don't think I want to."
You have so little faith in me.
No, I'm just waiting to take your soul.
I was gonna use him to try to dust the rafters, but
I know. I know.
Honestly, it probably would make the smell of him better.
Yeah. It would be a great cat for a little while.
baby.
Aw.
Oh, Disney.
Use her to dust the rafters.
You should need to dust the rafters!
I made it.
Guys, we need Summit. Remember, he got a little
Kermit
boom.
has barely any fur. He's not gonna.
No,
oh, no, he's got the dust.
you
got the
yeah,
harness.
but I got strapped to him to help clean the tower.
Yeah.
Max is an intuitive individual.
Everything I'm about to say is 100% unrelated to what we're talking about. Does
Yep.
anyone else, when you raise your eyebrows really high,
Yep.
does your hair move down?
Yes.
A little bit. You can't really
I
see it
think
because
it's.
it's because your
I
forehead's
think it's the
scrunching.
forehead muscles.
You can see it quite a bit on me.
Whoa!
Whoa.
My- You
It's
don't
even
see
weirder if
much
I
on
just
me.
go ahead and do this.
Yeah, alright. Well, everyone can do that a little bit.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
Scott
that was
guys-
okay. That's actually
Guys,
really
my
weird
wig
looking.
is gonna come off. Readjust my wig really quick.
That's why Jill's hair changes so much. It's the wig.
Yeah, my hair doesn't move much at all.
Yeah, Cody, that's because you got a 5 head, buddy, not a 4 head.
Yeah. It's more like a V head.
Yeah, it is. I can't say much about a V-shaped hairline. I got the same thing. Anyways,
well,
in character.
in character, while we're hanging out up here it is the question of what we want to do next before we try to save the world and everything. Like, there's that frog poncho that we promised a month ago.
I don't really know if that ranks on the priorities list. Would it go before or after world-ending vampire?
I wanted to go cave diving.
Well, Muni also wants to meet you. I'll remind you. And obviously there's the stuff with Fizzy's sister that we can start gathering information on. Wanna go cave diving?
Nose goes.
I'll go wherever everyone else goes. That's how the card
Well,
works.
let's think of it this way. We just went to the carnival. Kaz just had a lovely time. We're still on vacation.
You gotta have to remind me every time this happens.
Yes. Let's think about it like we're still on vacation from our duties as adventurers. And yeah, why don't we head back to was it
Let me double check.
Was it Villevelle?
I believe it was Villevelle.
Yeah. Oh, Dottie's down there too.
Great.
Oh, you
That was
mean
from what Suero said, yeah.
Yeah.
She's just
You
been
mean-
standing in one spot like an NPC this whole time.
the queen bitch? You know.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
We don't know that. The pond. Yeah.
We
The
only
pond's
know
just
that
good.
she has information on Dawn, but that's about it.
Yeah, well, if we're down there already for cave diving and frog ponchos, we could try to seek her out, see what if you want to learn more about your uncle, see if she's still in the area.
I do believe
I'm making a to-do list. I'm planning.
heading in that
planning the
direction
itinerary.
allows Fizzy to meet up more easily with her sibling.
That's true. That monk fella was in the south. I forgot his name already. I'm so sorry.
That's, I mean, in fairness, Granny is old. It's not too surprising that you forget names.
Her memory's still there. I just don't
Grandma's
remember.
got dementia.
No.
Sorry.
Oh no, that's the saddest end to a character.
You know, the number of people
Her liver will
I know
fail
who are
before
just
she gets dementia.
who are just
Fuck me.
What the fuck, Becca?
Do you know her drinking habits from her youth?
yeah. You can have an excellent memory, but be horrible with names and remembering words. Again, my mother just last week forgot the name for capers and had on the grocery list little green chicken orbs.
I believe forgetting a word is called aphasia, and forgetting names is anomia. Like, you
Okay,
can't
but why
remember
would you-
them.
Okay, but why would you call capers little green chicken orbs?
Because she was thinking of getting them for a chicken piccata recipe.
Oh my lord. All right. So
And it's my job to translate that.
it's my job to translate. Would you guys like to start making your way down to the town of Villevelle?
Yes, since
Yeah.
we're at a train station, I believe.
Yep.
It should be
you're
pretty
you're
easy.
We took the midnight train going
Anywhere.
Thank you. Guys, I'm cold.
Stop that.
I can't have my blanket anymore.
You don't have
makes you
another
too
blanket?
I'm so
Blanket makes you
cold.
too eepy.
It makes me so tired, but my legs are so cold.
Use the cat. Use the cat to
No.
warm your
If you
feet
have
up.
like a sweatshirt, you can just lay over, drape over your legs.
Not in here.
Get yourself a pair of good slippers. And don't wear them outside because that ruins them.
I have slippers that are shaped like hobbit feet. I just don't know where they are. I used to wear them during campaign 1 a lot. You couldn't tell because I didn't
No.
make it a habit of
Showing off the
You
feet.
don't want to
Showing
show
feet
feet on
on
stream. I'm
stream.
pretty sure that's.
Don't do
I'm
that.
pretty sure that's against TOS actually.
I think
It
you,
is actually.
I think
Showing
you,
feet on stream is a good way to get banned.
I think you could
That's
probably show
funny.
shoes as long as
I think you
they're
can't
not
show bare feet.
Yep.
Yeah. Sandals
that's
would
the
probably be
case.
pushing it.
No. No.
I can't. I can't.
Don't get us
Ugh.
This
banned.
is how it ends.
I'm wearing socks. I would never, for free, never. Never. Pay me.
Jesus Christ, what a statement.
What? No
Um,
free
I bet-
feet.
I'm with Jill.
No free
No,
feet.
it's just it's a funny statement to hear without any context.
For free?
All right. Hopping aboard the train, you will begin making your way down to Villevelle. And you guys will have, I think it's going to be wind up being about a day's worth of travel, to be honest. Just by catching the trains. My brain is not
Honest.
working right now, so if Cody could figure it out faster, that'd be cool.
Yeah, let me. I just have an extra step because they're numbered by like express or sightseer line for me, and not by the actual city name in my chart.
Buddy, just tell me when they'll arrive and how much it'll cost. But I can handle some scenes in the meantime.
Yep.
You guys hitch the cart up to the train and hop aboard the actual cart itself. Meanwhile, from the ticket booth, the oddly familiar looking elf looks over at you guys and watches, seeming rather nonplussed by your hostile demeanor, Daeris.
That was more me doing it, not Daeris, to be fair. Daeris is too busy holding her child and going, "A train! Look!"
Yeah!
Baby noise.
She's
She's
two.
she can
She's
talk.
probably past the babbling stage.
Fucking train! Holy shit! Is that
She
better?
About a
They
year
got a
old.
fucking
She's
train?
practicing her changelingness.
To be fair, at a year old, I was speaking full sentences. So, like,
Yeah, like first words and first steps usually happen within the first year, I think.
I need to remind you guys, I don't like children. I don't know these things.
Mhm.
Daeris, you can always put up the lessons with Fitz and Fizzy. You know, those lessons that they were doing.
Teach her to read. Start teaching her to read.
Fitz. I don't know if Fitz likes children that much.
It's not that I don't like them. I just don't. I don't
Like them.
not. I don't like them, but I don't not like. It's.
You like them as a concept, not as a.
I like them over there.
Mhm.
I don't like them over here.
Child
Hey.
in theory.
Hey, alright,
Yeah.
change your hair to match Fitz's.
Okay, so I think that'd be pretty easily done by Ari at this age. She'll just kind of squint a little bit, and you'll see that her hair starts to kind of get the black with like silvery streaks that Fitz has.
Hey, good job. Awesome.
Ooh,
It's
You're not impressed.
good job.
she has to practice doing changeling things.
I would assume it would kind of come naturally to her.
Younger ones need to make sure they don't do it on accident, so teaching them how to do it at will is important. Now copy Caz, the one with the little monkey on his shoulder.
She will turn her hair purplish.
That's
Love
interesting.
love the idea of a baby doing this, but like making the like I'm pooping face. Estoy pooping.
Hopping aboard the train, a majority of your upcoming day will be going from car to car, waiting for the rides to be finished up. You guys will be able to do basically anything you need to in the meantime. So poison creating, research, what have you, anything you guys need to do, it can be done during this little brief bit of travel. So that's an open invitation to any of you guys to say that you wish to do so.
Is it a days of travel? Like 1 day of travel?
It's about it. Yeah, it's a day of travel basically.
Okay, I just want to know for recharging.
Yeah, no. you're okay. You may attempt to recharge.
I do want to use the mirror though,
Okay, you can do so.
but more specific when Fitz is not awake. So that would probably be a little bit more later in the day.
Yeah, most likely.
Fitz goes to
Oh,
bed
but-
pretty early. He's not a night owl.
You will have an evening in town because the last train out of Carhay headed towards Elbadil leaves at 6:30, and the train that arrives from Giustella arrives at 7:30 around that time period.
Okay, so you be in Elbadil for the night.
I'm in Carhay for the night.
Okay, Carhay for the night. Okay.
And we can get from Carhay to Elbadil to Giran to Villevelle by 6:30 p.m. the next day.
Cool. Thank you.
Guys-
I'll get the mileage for that because I don't have the train prices.
That's fine.
Having a cord for my headphones
Mm-hmm.
is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gives you something to play with, right?
I keep almost chewing on it. Like I keep putting it in my mouth, which is fine. Like, cause there's no harm in this, but the urge to just like
Bite.
I want to bite it.
350 miles.
I can figure it out.
110 of those along Express if the price is different for that.
I can figure it out. Don't worry.
Um,
I will knock that off of the sheet once I figure it out. You were saying,
say-
Jessica?
As a quick reminder, Daeris does not do well with trains.
Neither does Granny.
So I rolled a con check. Daeris is laying on the floor of the cart with the child essentially playing patty cake with her, except she's laying on her back playing patty cake.
You should play the game that my dad liked to play with us, where we're called Alligator, where we ran around the basement while he laid on the floor and occasionally went rah. I think Daeris would really love that game.
Incredible intuitive parenting. I'm tired and don't want to play. Let's play alligator. I'm gonna take a nap. Come here.
No. I need to recover from Becca describing the game.
I've mentioned this game before. I don't know why this guy
No,
is so bad.
you have not.
You haven't.
Really? I swear I brought it up.
Rah.
I mean,
No,
I
dude.
bet.
The fact that I know your dad makes it even funnier.
Right.
About 2 hours into the train rides, with Daeris half-heartedly playing patty cake, I do imagine Bryn coming in, seeing her suffering on the ground, and takes Ari.
The child will be taken away from you.
No.
Damn, CPS works quick.
My distraction.
Daeris, just go in the tower if you're that sick with the cart moving.
Oh my god, you're right, Caz.
probably could have also saved on the entire fare of transportation.
Give me back my baby, we're going to the tower.
Oh my god.
Get back my baby!
The thing is, I say that like Bryn wouldn't give her back immediately.
Bryn will just give the kid to you.
Yeah, no, I'm going into the tower at Caz's suggestion.
Fucking Christ.
Making sure very carefully, because as much as Daeris jokes around about how she treats her child, she is still a good mother. She is going to avoid the rooms that death happened in and that the body is in.
And the sleeping people, look out for those too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go near any of them. Maybe after a while she'll, find Sermit and they'll play chase with Sermit.
Yeah, and that will very quickly turn to Sermit running away from a toddler. While he has his little dusting gown on him. So all you hear through the stone halls of this tower is
Sermit was a racing dog, right?
yes.
He's a
It's
great
effectively a racing
Fast
dog.
as fuck, boy. That baby's not catching shit.
It
But,
lets her practice her gross motor skills.
Yeah, Sermit seems to be playing chase. So like he'll run away, stop, look back, run away, stop, look back.
Oh my god, I finally found an animal that can play with my daughter.
Yup.
That's
None
what
of the-
Houdini does.
We don't have a dog. Wait.
Hmm.
I could use Fitz to go get our dog. I think Fitz would yell at me if I asked him to use teleport to go get a dog, though.
Fitz needs to hold the dog's paw to do the teleportation.
To be fair, that paw is going to be the size of a human fist.
Yeah. Technically, you also have the calmest horse in existence in Blues.
The calmest horse that killed a man.
Balloons, watch the baby.
Technically, he ran down a second one, but that was not that was handled out of combat because
was.
we effectively already won.
I'm gonna stomp you to death with my hooves.
Listen, I don't know if I trust the horse with my baby.
I trust the horse implicitly. With
Actually,
your
I
baby.
keep calling her a baby. She's a toddler. She's 2.
It's a baby's a baby.
Baby's a baby.
She's your
They's-
baby.
They's
My
all the
baby.
same.
She'll always be your
With her-
baby.
They certainly
With
all
her
look
little
the same.
curls. But yeah, if you guys need Daeris, she is in the tower until further notice.
Any research that characters need to do, items they need to make, scenes you wish to have? I already know about you, Caz. I already know about Caz. Fitz.
Listen, my brain is at 0 capacity right now. I have no.
Fair enough, buddy.
Fitz probably researches something. He's smart. I don't know.
Fair enough, buddy.
He reads a book.
Actually, in fairness, there is something you could do.
Yeah.
You could start transferring your books into your new layer.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing that. Putting my books in my lair.
Yep. You were saying, Cody?
Well, while we're in Karhe, should we get some spell paper?
Wouldn't hurt.
I'm always okay with people buying me magic paper.
Because you need it for more spells, and also several people can give important spells like counterspell.
I have 2 blank spell scrolls that are just first level spell scrolls, by the way.
Yep.
That we found a while back that I've never put spells on.
Hmm.
So we need to do that at some point.
So, if you want, you could buy about 350 gold worth of spell paper from Karhe. If you want, I can knock that off of the total.
Sure, and why don't we have Daeris, just put in Daeris' inventory, because Daeris is the most likely to use it.
It's true.
It will get added to the 490 I already have.
There you go.
Because I haven't used the book recently to get any new spells.
And if there's any paladin spells of 3rd level or lower that you want made spell scrolls of, let me know. Because that can be a second day thing, I can prepare them.
Towards the end of the day, after you guys have basically kind of got to the end of the line for this day, you guys have all wandered off and started doing your own separate things. Some people returning to their bed. Fitz is currently opened a rift in their room and is basically ferrying books from their room in the cart to their lair. None of you have gotten to see inside of it yet. So it means everyone is sufficiently distracted. Stella, you find the Mirror of Omniscience completely untouched.
I will use the mirror to call Hadrian.
Gotcha. You use the mirror to call on Hadrian, and you will see that Hadrian appears to be wearing a somewhat weather-worn, torn, and tattered-looking short cloak, effectively. It's enough to cover your upper body and hide you from the rain, but it doesn't go all the way down to your legs. And you see that it's using it to kind of hide his upper body as he's leaning up against the wall and looking at a building in front of him. And you see that he is just very, very carefully kind of thumbing underneath his lower lip, where a soul patch would be. This is the best way of describing it. And you can see that he has become scruffier from the last time you guys have seen him. He looks a little bit more unkempt. He looks a little bit more haggard. And there is an unusual brightness behind his eyes now.
Yo, Hadrian, are you good? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. I apologize.
Are you hiding from somebody, or?
Yes, I'm hiding from someone. Observing will be the more accurate term. You could call it a stakeout.
For what?
Found some information about people who may have been tied to events that affected my family.
Oh, right. How does this relate to your job exactly?
It doesn't. This is not related to my job at all. This is simply a hobby.
It's a hobby.
Yes. It's hard to not have some curiosity about how what happened. I've done my fair share of digging, searching,
I don't want to pry in it, but is it something related to the Stone Hearts?
As they were responsible for my father's death, yes, that is. I felt that was clear without saying it explicitly.
And you're still in Hargrak currently?
Currently. I don't think I will be for long, but currently.
I mean, are you alone right now?
If everything is going well, yes, I am.
Well, Hadrian, I got some bad news. I know you're the stone carver. Oh, this just sort of how the mirror works, Hadrian. How do you think Fitz called you? By accident. He wasn't intending to find you as the stone carver after all.
Hadrian now regards you with a very cold look in his eyes. And what do you want?
Nothing. Honestly, to tease him. To be quite honest with you. I don't plan on revealing your identity to anybody. Because I'm a bad liar. I know for a fact. But I do know that Fitz has a little bit of trouble trying to confront you or to talk about it to you.
There's nothing to talk about.
Oh, really?
This is the correct thing to be done.
Putting yourself in danger?
My danger means nothing. I can handle myself.
I mean, Fitz really cares about you, you know. I mean, he killed Borja just recently. You heard the news about Borja, right?
Matos, yes. I've heard the news of him.
Well, who do you think killed him?
Well, you all, most likely. But hearing that Fitz did so is good to hear. Another person who would understand my cause, maybe.
Like I said, I won't be able to tell anybody about your identity. I just want to let you know that if there's awkwardness between you and Fitz, you know why.
Appreciate it. Now, aside from interrupting me and seeking to taunt me, is there anything else you need from me?
No. I just wanted to let you know. We will be in Villevelle if you do ever want to see Fitz. But otherwise, just let us know if you need anything.
Nothing right now. I have more work to do.
Okay. And I close the mirror.
Yep. As you are closing the mirror, you see that he starts pulling out a wooden mask and starts putting it onto his face.
Have we considered he might be a warlock?
Have we considered that he might not be okay? Something
yeah,
is
that's
the
okay.
matter. He's haggard, and there's something weird about his eyeballs. I don't like that.
It's glistening.
Can't believe
I'm-
Fitz's crush is gonna die.
Wouldn't be the worst thing that ever happened to him.
Brutal.
What's
Brutal.
the worst thing that happened to him?
Technically not death, but the internal entrapment of his soul.
You know,
Do you want to ask that again, Jess? Do you want to rewind that back? Try it again, maybe?
There are sometimes I miss when we played together in person.
This would have been for you. Tasty little knuckle sandwich, dude.
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 I prefer my knuckle
Good.
sandwiches with lettuce and cheese.
Okay. That's interesting, guys.
To be fair, knuckle sandwich was a thing my parents used to make, and they'd call it a knuckle sandwich.
Big
But it was
knuckle?
just the way of getting away with not having any deli meat or anything to put on between two slices of bread.
That's fair.
Hmm.
So we called it something funny, so me and my brother's children wouldn't notice.
Anything else you want to do, Christella?
No. I mean, aside from this is more of like a thing I was thinking of because Kaz is getting paranoid now about the Brotherhood of Chains and related things. Most likely like maybe like 2, maybe or daily, she would call Vera on the mirror just to check on her, just to quick chat and stuff,
Okay.
just to see she's not gonna get kidnapped or anything.
Yeah.
That's
No,
more
no,
of
that's
a
fair. You're able to reach out to Vera a few times a day to check on her and make sure she's okay.
yeah.
And she seems fine. There's no signs of anything being wrong.
Okay.
Um. So after that, you will have one more day of travel. You guys will hop back onto the trains and begin traveling a little bit more. Daeris now having stuck themselves back into the tower to avoid having to deal with the motion sickness. Are there any scenes that you guys wish to have after that?
Hmm.
Jolly.
What?
Or is there anything you want to do?
Are you gonna hold that knowledge?
Are you just gonna sit on that, or are you gonna rub that in Fitz's face?
Let's see.
What does
Okay.
that mean? What does it mean?
She will withhold that information.
This is a useful tool that will help us later.
Okay. Biting your tongue and keeping it to yourself. You will not pass this along to Fitz. You will tell him nothing. By the day's end, you guys will be in the town of Villevelle. It is small and idyllic like you last saw it. Oh my god, all the way back in the 22nd of spring, because I typed that number in wrong.
22nd.
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 And what's the current date?
It is the 80th.
So we're almost out of spring.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Guys, I realize I have a game manual from a game that is over 20 years old in my desk.
Game manual. Got it. I heard it's something different.
Zoo
Tycoon!
Tycoon,
manual.
which I forgot had dinosaurs in it.
Hold on, I need you to understand that was one of my favorite versions of Zoo Tycoon because it's Zoo Tycoon 1, and it's one of the sequels that had its own separate disc. So you download it on that disc, and then you couldn't use the original disc because you've already updated it. Because that's how technology was back then.
Yeah. And its first page is how to install the disc. I don't know
So-
why I have the manual.
By the time you guys arrive in the actual city itself, you'll see that folks are starting to wind down. It's becoming quieter and quieter. Folks are turning in. They're going to bed. They are setting up. They're cooking dinner for one another. Right now, you guys can find a place to rest, or you could pop by over here at the restaurant, have some food, and wind away the night and pick up your your touristy stuff tomorrow.
You go cave diving and go to the souvenir shop.
Yeah, you tourists.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't think that the rest of the group would want to once again be entering a flooded cave after past experiences.
Fine.
It's
Big deal.
different.
Clearly, this time will be different. Connor preparing to do the exact same thing to us again. You have the opportunity, Connor, to do the funniest thing.
I had a nickel for every time I got washed down a cave by a flood.
I have 2 nickels.
That's 2 nickels. Just
It's not
not a
a
lot,
lot,
but
but
it's
it's weird
weird.
to happen twice.
Just make it into a flume that sends you directly into the Tigger's Abyss on the edge of the map.
So,
The rule of 3 is for comedy.
yep, rule of 3 for comedy. You guys do have the opportunity to pick up a few things here if you'd like. Really, in this situation, we could very easily just hand wave it, bring you on to the next day, and let you do your cave diving and what have you. Or you guys can explore the town if you want. No problem either way.
First, there's a long-awaited magic item that Fitz needs.
No, not first. Not first. That's later. You gotta savor it. Gotta savor the build-up.
Bro, what is this field? What is this field? This is a
Hold on.
field
The
of.
goats?
Hold on, let me check something real. Let me see real quick. My map is getting a little screwy on my side.
Oh.
Are those supposed to be the goats?
Bugs.
They look like little
Oh yes,
bugs.
those are indeed goats.
I assumed because there's a horse pasture right over here. With Connor's little
Aw.
hand-drawn horses.
Yeah, this is back when I did that all by hand.
Damn.
I'm a man of stupid focus.
Mhm.
I do stupid things and then I get really intent on it.
Yep.
So yes, if you guys would like to explore the town, you may. Otherwise, we can move forward.
I think that before turning in for the night, Fitz would do a little bit of wandering since the last time they were here, he was basically a different person.
Yep.
Just a little wandering, just looking, seeing what's around, if there's anything interesting.
Okay. Give me a moment while my map reloads.
Okay.
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 Wandering around the town itself, you'll see that this is very clearly an agricultural town, largely. There are the goats that have been penned off with the very tall fences. People occasionally patrolling around the sides with long poles to knock them down if they try to climb back up and out.
Scary.
Yep. As well as numerous fields that appear to be laden pretty heavily with crops and may be getting close to being harvested. What you will see as you start to head towards the cliffside at the edge of town is that there does appear to be an obelisk of a sort that has been set up. Inside, you see, it looks like it's supposed to be an image of a four-armed woman inside of it, though it seems like it's most likely a sculpture or maybe some glasswork, possibly. It's got a nice orangey amber color glow to it, so maybe it's just a big hunk of glass. But additionally, you'll note that there is also what looks to be a very large building heavily composed of panes of glass, making up the roof, the walls, everything inside of it. And you can see that the interior is just sprouting with life in all sorts. Everything from mushrooms to plants to flowers. It is very, very vibrant and alive. Past that point, there were a few other spots that you noticed. The Cerulean Hollows are, of course, over here. Sorry, my mistake. Over here, I chose the wrong one. And that was the place where the Pondcho is, if you're looking for that. There is also a location labeled Bobby's Bric-a-Brac. It looks to be a general store. Then there is Wild Horse's Courier, and the Crow's Nest, which looks to be a restaurant that is resting atop the roofs of several buildings.
And where was the cave diving guy at?
Right here.
Right, yeah. Same
Yep.
same place, same guy.
Yep. He
Okay,
does both the
okay.
cave diving and the Pondcho.
Gotcha. I'll wait to buy the
Just
poncho.
Poncho. That's all he's selling.
Just a poncho.
He's got one thing left in stock, and he's like, once this is
poncho.
sold, I can finally
I
retire.
can finally
The-
retire.
This is my nest egg.
Surely no one will ever want this poncho. But yeah, I'll wait to buy the poncho until we actually go cave diving.
So in that case, you guys will hole up in the cart for the night, rest, and by the morning, you guys will have the opportunity to do some cave diving as Daeris wishes.
You know, we don't have to. That's the thing at the end of the day.
That's fun though.
It
Everyone
sounds
else
fun and
agreed.
Interesting. Yeah.
So Connor, you don't need to see as Daeris wishes.
Well,
Well, it was Daeris'
you're-
wish.
I'm
which is
saying that
valid
because
too.
you are the primary voice.
You wanted
Yeah.
to. We were all just like, yeah. Okay.
I think it'll be fun and bonding.
Yeah, I agree.
Bonding.
That's why we're all going along with it.
Connor, why are you laughing at bonding? We've only known each other like a month.
Yes, and
This
you've
is
gone
a
through some harrowing experiences.
Yeah, this is just further team building exercise. It's like going to an escape room.
Remember
Yeah.
that time we fought a meatball man? And he had big eyes.
Look,
A
fine.
long
Are you talking about the guy who watched us fight vampires in a cannibal
The
forest?
yes.
The meatball man.
Yeah.
Meatball man.
The
More like just balls, man.
Daeris' first death.
Scroat! It's Scroat!
Scroat.
Guys are being so mean.
The
He
Scroat?
trapped us in a cursed forest.
So?
You should have thought about that.
He almost got a man accused of killing people he didn't kill.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
a Scroat, dude.
Yeah. Anyways, making your way
That's
inside
an
of the
innocent
cerulean.
cannibal.
Yeah, come on, guys. This is slander.
I love
as
you
you
support him.
As you make your way into the Cerulean Hollows, you'll see that behind the front desk here is the frog, the almost like frog-mouthed man that you saw last time with a very wide smile. And he'll look over you guys and go, "Hello, nice to see you all. I think you showed up here some time ago, right?"
A long time ago. Like a month.
Well, nice to see you again, I suppose. I've still got a few things in stock if you're looking to buy anything, and a few other new things that I've found that might pique your interest. So, first and foremost, we have the Pondcho, which I do still like quite. You have to pay for that, you realize.
I've never stolen anything in my life. It's very important to me that you know that. I fully
very
plan
well.
on paying.
If I recall correctly, the price of the poncho should be about 2,000 gold, 2,500.
Yeah.
Someone subtract that for Fitz.
I can do so.
Oops. Do I have any gold in my inventory? I have 147 gold pieces. So take those out first. So
Okay.
ignore those.
Remove the 147 from your inventory, and I will handle the rest.
I also have
Don't worry about the rest.
Yeah, buddy?
Fitz is just empty. His pockets. Here's all my money.
I need it!
60 silver pieces and 6 copper.
I have deducted the gold from the party fund.
Okay.
Fitz, you are now in possession of the poncho. I will add it to your inventory. This is a lovely creation by the guys over at Abyssal Brews, and I still think it's a fucking awesome item.
I am so happy. It has been a long time coming.
Come to think of it, it would have been really useful when we were washed down the cave by the flood.
Yeah.
It's true. It would have. The poncho is present in your inventory now.
I'm reading.
Additionally, I did manage to find a few other things that might be noteworthy. I sold that padded armor I had a while ago, but I found a few other interesting things that might be useful for someone who's not as good at swimming. Namely, I found a few sets of armor that appear to be enchanted.
Mariner's armor.
Yes. It's a lot like the padded armor we have, but this one's a bit more improved, it looks like. Not sure how it got in there, but it did. Give me a quick second while I make sure I have this right. Got that. No yawning.
Don't tell us what to do.
No yawning.
I was literally sleeping before we started.
Yeah.
I was literally asleep on my bed 10 minutes before I came in call.
Y'all were watching me sleep, you freaks.
What you guys also don't know is that like an hour before session, I was back in bed. Connor had to come in and be like,
So wait,
Bro.
3 of us have been asleep in the last 2 hours.
It's a sleepy day.
I'm so
Tired.
I did my laundry, which, as I've said before, is an ordeal because I have to go up and down a flight of stairs every time I do anything with my laundry.
I did my time.
And I want out.
Serve
yourself!
so tired.
I'm so cold. He will pull out from behind his desk what looks to be a set of studded leather and a set of plate, well, half plate, more accurately. Both of them look to be slightly enchanted. Nothing too extreme, but still a little bit of an enchantment to it. Should be good for protection, and if you get stuck in the water, it can help you swim. So, if you want either one of these, they'll be about 1,250 each.
Connor, in non-game terms.
They are +1 mariner. It is a suit of +1 Mariner's half plate and a +1 Mariner's studded leather armor.
Yes.
And it will allow you to, whenever you start your turn underwater with 0 hit points, it will cause you to rise to the surface 60 feet per turn, which can help quite a bit if you go unconscious underwater. And additionally, you have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed while wearing it.
So, and studded leather would effectively be 13 plus your dex mod for AC. The half plate would be 16 plus your dex mod max of 2.
Correct.
So, it would be a worse AC for me, so neither of them for me.
Yeah, not necessarily worth it for him,
But
Branny.
I
I'll
have
pull the
14
half-
AC still. I'm still rocking
half
my
plate.
starting leather.
The half plate will also give disadvantage on stealth.
yes.
Wasn't that stealthy to begin with, but I could take either since I started as a fighter.
Yes.
And I can still spellcast as long as I'm proficient in the armor, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So
You need to have proficiency. That's the only limitation.
yeah, and
You
fighters get
started as a
proficiency
fighter,
in like
so this.
all armor types.
Yeah, you have no issue.
Yeah, you're good. You're fine.
Wear that armor.
What are the what are the stats of studded versus half plate?
So half plate is, let me make sure I read this right. Half plate is AC 15 plus 2 maximum on dexterity.
Yeah.
And disadvantage on stealth checks.
But
Because
if
you're
it's a +1,
because you're
it's
clanky.
16 plus max of 2.
Yeah. So in your case, it would be AC 18 with half plate, but still disadvantage on stealth checks. Bear that in mind. And the studded leather is Oh Christ, what is it?
12 plus dex, or
12
in this
plus-
case, 13 plus
Yeah,
dex.
12 plus dex or 13 plus dex in this case.
So 16 versus 18, basically.
Yes. 16 with no limitations, 18 with disadvantage on stealth checks.
I mean, I'm only getting +3 to stealth anyway.
This is true.
We want our grandma to be safe.
Please save Grandma.
At the same time, half plate doesn't really fit the vibe. Not that I draw her in armor anyway, but
Fine. For either Granny or Daeris, the studded leather would be pretty good.
Don't look at me.
It would boost
I don't need
your-
safety. Shut up.
It would boost your AC to 17.
I don't think it would.
I think it would, buddy.
It would, because it's a +2 on your existing armor.
plus cloak of protection.
No. That
Or-
existing armor is already 11. And then dex, and then the cloak of protection. She's at 15 right now. So Cody is correct. It'd be +2, so you'd be at 17.
Mm-hmm. Do you want the studded leather armor?
You guys already spend so much money on me.
Oh my god.
It also gives you a swim speed.
I can swim unlike half the people in this party.
You can swim, but it's different from having a swim speed.
I will say we are actually
In
we know,
5e, armor does not affect your swimming capabilities unless if you're not proficient.
We have what? Just around 5,000 gold.
Yes. Closer to 6,000 to be honest.
well, it's
it'd
10
be
per platinum. We have almost 500 platinum.
Approximately 5,660.
6,665.
Yeah, is the
Yeah.
we already have 1,700 gold plus the 400.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So, if you want, we could take a quick break here and give you guys the time to think it over.
We are starting to whittle down our little nest egg.
Stolen, ill-gotten gains.
So, in that case, how about we do it like this? I'm going to give you guys about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll let you think it over.
Good art. Great job.
Okay. Well, we're back.
So this is what it's like. This is what the citizens in Tokyo see when Godzilla attacks.
I will say it only gets like the center square of your. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there we go.
There we
The
go.
beholder
That's
is
perfect. It's just a
playing.
fucking eyeball.
Okay.
It reminds me of my
Christ
mother's favorite.
almighty.
My mother's favorite cartoon from the Far Side is this middle-aged woman driving in a car, and the rear view mirror just has a giant eyeball in it, like with the sign "Objects in mirror are closer than they appear."
I knew exactly which one you were gonna say. Okay, so, you guys ask the man behind the counter about having the opportunity. Oh, Kitty, about having the opportunity to do some cave diving, and he will clap his hands together and look at you and go, "So, in that case, I've got a few options on how we can do this. If you just want to do some free diving in the caves, that's pretty cheap. It's a gold piece each, not a big deal. If you'd like to do some cave diving that's a little deeper, then I would recommend you buy some of my kipper collars and eat them before you do so, or you'll fucking drown. Because it's way too deep. There are not many air pockets. You won't make it under there. But I have another deal I'd like to make with folks. For 100 gold, I'll let you go into ones that I haven't explored yet. If you find 2 magic items, I'll let you keep one for free.
Is that 100 gold total or 100 gold each?
Each.
We were just talking about being careful with our money. And we are buying the studded leather, by the way.
Yes. Studded leather armor, 1,250. I will knock that off. Up.
And
We're
add it
poor
to
now.
please eventually.
I will do that too. Don't worry.
We're poor people now. I don't want to be a poor.
We're not that poor. We still have 495 platinum.
Jill is just
That's all the-
wallowing in misery.
Jill went from having a toddler-sized pearl.
Back in
to
my
this.
day, I didn't have to worry about money. I was old money, new money, whatever.
Yeah.
now I'm a poor.
Christ's sake,
I don't
bud.
like that.
You know, it's unfortunate we don't have Michelle here because druids can prepare water
Yeah,
breathing.
she's got water breathing.
She always has it prepped.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So,
But we
That's
can't.
that's one of Michelle's always prepped spells.
and it's a ritual spell, so it won't even cast
And
spell
I
slot.
remember. But, yeah, that makes it a little bit. Because can't.
Well, like I said, you don't all have to go. You can send in a few, 1 or 2 if you want. And if you manage to find 2 items, you get to keep one of them, no questions asked.
But if we only find one,
Sorry.
That system's quite flawed.
What if we find one
Because
and just don't
Think of
tell
it like
you?
If you find one and we just run and we leave.
How would you know?
do you know how to get out?
No, but I have spells.
Well,
Magic is magic.
In fairness, not everybody who comes in here is a highfalutin wizard or what have you. They're mostly just folks looking to spend money. You're right,
What's he
you
called?
might be able to scoot your way out of here. But most folks who try can't. And the folks who do try to run away with the money or the item, well, it's a cave that I know they don't.
Fitz, he
I
called you
know.
a highfalutin wizard.
I know, it was really, that felt nice. I like that. Thank you.
Think of it like gambling. If you're good enough and you find 2, hey, great for y'all. I won't complain.
I had to update Michelle didn't get murdered.
And
That's really
Okay.
great news, yeah.
what if more than 2 were found?
If more than 2 are found, then... Actually, I've never had that happen, to be honest with you.
Well, I hope you're ready for a fur. And then I give him all of our money.
No.
And then I run off into the cave.
Oh, fuck. Bro.
I suppose if you do manage to find more than 2, I wouldn't be opposed to talking about giving you the 3rd. To be honest with you, I've never had that happen. We're talking about sections of caves that even I haven't had the chance to fully go into. And I occasionally manage to find some pretty nice stuff in there, but also I manage to find some things that are cool trinkets, shiny rocks. Kids love those.
I mean,
God damn it!
No, I'm with Kaz. Shiny rocks.
You said Kaz's trigger word.
No! Shiny! Oh,
If
God.
we were to find treasures that aren't magical, would we be allowed to keep those?
We kind of play that one a little bit more by ear. Mostly because a lot of the treasures we find, they tend to be semi-precious stones. Maybe the occasional jewel or like an old piece of cutlery. Something like that.
Gesundheit.
I've had a few folks who really like to have the old stuff they find down there, and if that's the case, then I can be I'm dying.
Take a break. Don't
You haven't
die.
even been in the caves yet, bro.
It's the black lung pop.
Got cave disease.
Sorry. Wow, I don't know what the fuck just happened there. I'm so sorry.
Immediately, like, I'm dying.
I'm dying.
It was the funniest
Okay.
response I could give. In those situations, I could very well be persuaded and we could talk it over. But normally, a lot of folks won't say no to a magic trinket. By the way, the 100 gold will pay for the Kipper collar as well, just so that you don't die.
I don't need the Kipper collar.
That's right.
You
You
don't.
have the necklace.
I don't breathe.
Oh, perfect. Good for you.
No, you can always breathe.
You can breathe in.
I remember back when I didn't breathe.
Yeah, for like 3 days.
I only got it for 3 days before I was alive again.
To be fair, you did defy a very evil creature that was giving you that ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why don't
You magic sorts have all sorts of drama in your lives, and I don't envy you.
Yeah, I'm
I
still
wouldn't.
from a god. You know, it happens.
Oh.
Well, why don't one or two, well, not two or three of us get the deal, and the rest of us can just have fun. Such
Oh, there's
as-
plenty to see if you just want to go in the caves. A lot of it's stuff that either looks very pretty, like nature stuff, or things that, to be honest, can't get removed. I've got some very interesting things in there where it looks almost like parts of the cave have grown around it, and honestly, I couldn't see any way to get it out without digging it out, and even then, I don't see it being done.
Hmm.
What if there was a spell?
Mhm.
Not to keep bringing magic into this, but it's sort of my thing.
It's
Is there
true, it
anything
is.
that you really need out? I have a spell that technically lets me move Earth. So if you need something out really bad, sure we could work out a deal.
You know, there might be some things like that, but there's one in particular that you'll have to see to believe.
Oh.
Oh, you gotta love it when someone says something like that.
That's a really great marketing strategy. I like that.
Well, the
For the little guided tours I do, 10 gold per. Simple as that. And if any of you want to go and look for some treasure, it's 100 gold each.
well, the treasure sounds right up Daeris and Caz's alley. Do you want to go to Fitz?
I was just gonna ask, I bought this poncho. Could I get a discount?
It on your guided tour?
I also got this armor. Can I get a discount on my guided tour?
Could we
Can I
get a
get
coupon?
on
we get a-
movement on gold
Half
discount?
off. What if it was 50 gold for me and 50 gold for Granny? That's
You know what?
100.
I'll be willing to give you guys an even 100 for 2 people if you want.
Are we all gonna go
No.
look for items then, or what's?
No.
No.
Because my,
It's-
my
I'm gonna give you 100 gold for 2 folks. I'm not gonna give you 100 gold for all of you. That's a bit
Okay,
harsh.
no, it's just it was more like
My,
Is there anyone who doesn't want to go cave diving?
we should
Iggy?
my out of character question is, if you find something that needs to be pried out, do you think you'd be able to manage to get it out?
Oh, he pulls out a crowbar from underneath his desk. Yes.
Because
I mean,
I think I'm the athletics person.
well, also like, so I was thinking of doing just the guided tour because it's 1 cheaper and 2, Granny's not very perceptive. It's still
I'm
like
not
low, but also with the discount, if we all wanted to go like exploring to find items, we could also do that.
Yeah, Ignatius isn't perceptive or investigative, but does have detect magic and locate object as spells today.
In fairness, I will say Kaz and Daeris can easily knock that out of the park. It's just up to you guys.
Yeah.
So Kaz and
Rather-
Daeris, I would say you guys are kind of the go-to for.
Well, yeah, because the two of us are the nosy people, essentially.
Okay.
I'm
Mhm.
kleptomaniac,
Kleptomaniac.
but Cass really
Nice.
loves rocks. She loves rocks.
I love rocks, dude.
Well, like gemstone rocks is what she likes.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh yeah.
So like the question is, the other three, do you guys want to go or not?
I do the guided tour with Granny.
Guided tour for Granny.
Yeah.
Ignatius.
I'm fine with guided tour unless if people think that they'll need his strength.
Got it.
Well, Kaz
No,
is pretty
Kaz
strong
has-
as well. So can they get our discount then?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
good.
fine. You're very clearly part of the same group. It's not a big deal.
No,
You're
we're not.
welcome.
I
All
don't
right
know
then.
these guys.
Full price for you, ma'am.
No.
Out of your pocket.
No, you're fine.
Not
You're fine.
ours.
100 gold, 30 for the rest of y'all. Let's go.
Maybe we can
Beautiful.
find something fun.
Good
Hey,
luck.
Kaz,
Bring me back a shiny
How
rock.
long does it last?
do you have the
for?
bag of holding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring me back something
Oh.
cool from the caves, even if it's just a shiny rock.
So we will go with our folks who are doing the guided tour first. You are provided all five of you are provided on a plate. What look to be sections of fish collar, which if you don't know is basically it's a piece of fish. All six of you. You're provided fish collar, which is basically it's the part of the fish just behind the head. It smells very nice. You would say it smells almost garlicky. And it seems like there is some dried salt all around it. It is room temperature, but it seems like it's been well preserved. And it is wrapped around.
tastes-
Let's say again.
It tastes very good.
It tastes like it. Anyone who eats it, it tastes like heavily of garlic and fish, and it's well salted. So it's fairly appetizing, assuming you don't dislike any of those tastes. So the individuals with the guided tour, we will take you first, simply because that is I'll handle you guys first because that is the easiest to do.
Mhm.
You guys are brought over to a section of cave that basically opens up into this guy's shop. And you see it's basically like a bit of cave where it's very clearly been hewn away and carved and busted out with pickaxes. And there's like a ladder just set up on the edge going down into this little cave area. And he'll bring you all down while he slings over a leather pack onto his back. And he starts walking down into this dimly lit area with all of you. And you'll see that he has very clearly made a few contraptions that help him in these scenarios and provide light to the folks who come with. There are these odd, like almost like bulbs of like glass that he's set up that look like they have like a screw on top at the top, and they're just kind of held in place with like twine and rope. But inside of it, there is this kind of faintly pulsing and glowing phosphorescent material inside of it. And it doesn't cast a lot of light, but inside of this cave, it casts just enough to really help highlight everything around you. And then you're standing in front of what looks to be an opening into the actual water itself. And it goes for a fair ways, but with the kipper collars you've all eaten, you're under the effect of water breathing. So you're able to hop right in, and he will start to guide you all. Your voices sound distorted and a little strange at first, but you get used to it. You get used to the weird reverberating noise that your voices now make here. And he will guide you along, eventually stopping and indicating to Daeris and Caz where the unexplored areas are. And he'll point off in that direction, and he'll say very simply to you all, good luck.
Kaz, do you have the pickaxe still as well?
It's in
Pretty
the
sure,
bag
yeah.
of holding.
It's in the back
Yeah.
holding.
Okay, we may need it. That's why I'm asking.
Yay.
As you're splitting off, just to be safe, Daeris is getting Shield of Faith cast upon.
Great intro.
I know. Listen.
Ooh,
it's
actually,
been-
sorry. I prepared enhance ability today, and I'm going to cast full strength on Kaz.
Okay.
But Kaz, you're extra strong today.
Hell
You
yeah.
have
Yeah.
advantage on strength checks.
Damn.
And Daeris
And I
get
have extra AC for the moment.
Yeah,
In
so
case
I
of
figure
creature.
On damage show.
enhance ability lasts for an hour, so.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Hi, wow, you're in a different room.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to fix all the cameras again.
Yeah. I'm now Granny.
Yay.
Let me turn off.
Don't.
All
do
you
any-
can see is my shoulder and my left tit.
I'm working on it.
What tit?
Fuck off.
Wow.
I'm proud of my titties, alright? That was a joke. I don't really have titties.
I was about to say, can someone get that on a t-shirt for Connor, please?
I'm proud of my titties.
I'm proud of my
not sure
titties.
Why my camera keeps freezing?
Mm.
Oh.
Sorry.
You're fine, bud.
Yep.
Yeah, my camera keeps freezing. I'm not sure why.
That's fine. We can
Should I
correct
just do
that
the-
later. Yeah, just do little PNG tuber.
Undo
Sorry.
everything.
It's okay, buddy.
You can't control things like this.
It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't get started at 3:30, and it took a while. But hey, in the new room. Okay. Okay. Anyway, what's happening?
We're in the caves.
To do a real quick recap, you guys have arrived in the caves below the Cerulean Hollows.
I just realized stream didn't hear me for ever since I came back from break. Oops.
You bastard.
Just me. I heard all you guys.
Okay. Yeah, the party has just arrived at the caves below the Cerulean Hollows. You're doing some cave diving. You're being given a guided tour. Meanwhile, Caz and Daeris are going on a expedition to try and see if they can find anything funny or interesting. The four of you, Fitz, Granny, Ignatius, and Fizzy, you guys have made your way into this area that you see has been well lit with those phosphorescent bulbs of light that the shop owner has set out to illuminate this area. And you can see that despite being landlocked, this area does still seem to have a very noticeable presence of water life. There's a lot of fish down here. There's kelp. There's even evidence of possible coral growth, which is odd and at the same time fascinating. Fizzy, you'll note that there are quite a few species of fish that you've never seen down here. Everything from these small, almost piranha-like fish that are swimming around. They're kippers, if you're talking Forgotten Realms, to these very strange long fish that have these kind of like these large paddle-like flat fins that are coming out of their sides, and they kind of like turn them like rudders as they're moving through the water. But they seem very confident and pretty relaxed down here, in all honesty. Additionally, you'll see everything from small, almost like river crabs that are scuttling around the very floor of this area, to even larger ones that are getting closer and closer to sizes of like large boulders or stones. And those ones, the shopkeeper will very clearly motion to you to stay away from. As he leads you in further and further, he'll point to spots and he'll speak aloud and say, right there, we got a few things that I'm not able to pull from the wall. No sense in pulling them either, though. They're a bit too damaged, but I'm not too sure how they got here. And you'll see he's gesturing up to what looks like weapons, like gear. And it looks like old, rusted swords, claymores, axes, stuff like that. And they are just protruding out of the wall in angles and directions that don't necessarily make sense to you. Like, it doesn't look like someone plunged a sword into it. It looks like a sword clipped halfway through a wall vertically.
Like, all of the objects were kind of sitting there and the earth formed around them.
Yeah.
Or they were
that's
teleported in, yeah. Like
Yep.
the
Or they
like,
just teleported in. You don't know how.
like the room that we found underground. That was totally out of place.
And he'll keep speaking, and he'll look at you all and go, I'm not too worried about taking any of this or trying to retrieve it. All of this stuff looks to be well and truly ruined. I tried pulling on a few of them, and they fell apart in my hands. There's no point. But still, it's part of the reason that makes this so very fascinating for me and everybody else who's come here. Any questions so far, by the way?
Curious. How long ago did the crack open up again?
The crack?
The whole cave diving.
That came with the new gods. Once they showed up, that big old crevice near Villevelle opened up. Didn't take any of the town with it, thankfully. I think it was some grazing land that they used for some of the goats, but opened right up. That land was gone. Don't know where it went.
You get any information if you touch the? She turns to Fitz. If you touch the weapons.
You lay your hand on the swords and the axes, Fitz, and you'll see that they are old, certainly, but they're not ancient. They're probably close to about like 860 years old. So after the schism, not by the time of the new gods, though. Still does make you wonder where the fuck it came from. Roll me a history check if you'd like.
Okay. History.
I would have thought, but it would be metagaming to try it, so I can't because it was previous character.
Was it 15? You're no expert for weapon history, but like, you can even your untrained eye can tell that it is certainly older designs of weaponry. You know, like there are some designs that resemble like fixed hafts, and the handle sizes are a little too small for what you'd expect for now. So like, it seems like maybe this could have been weapons from somewhere else that got teleported here, like maybe another continent, but you're not familiar enough. You couldn't say for sure. Granted, the deterioration also doesn't help.
I pass that information along.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
The shopkeep will continue along, showing you everything that he's found in here. Everything from what look almost like writings that have been put on the walls in a language that he says, I don't really know this one. But there are writings that have been scrawled on the walls here. Yes,
Fitz can also.
I can read 'em!
right. You have the right. I forgot about that.
Eyes of the Rune Keeper.
Eyes of the Runekeeper.
As the Runekeeper.
Does it tell you the language with Eyes of the Runekeeper?
I don't know. It just says you can read all writing.
Okay.
It doesn't tell the language, but
Anybody here speak deep?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Really?
The only
Deep.
time.
Listen, his thing is his order is specifically against illithids.
Oh my
If you
God.
understand how your enemies are communicating, you can fight them more effectively.
One day
So
Undercommon
two
will
people
be
can read the
useful.
walls.
2 people can read the walls.
One day Undercommon will be useful.
One way.
One
One,
day.
hey, look,
Hey, if
you're
we go
not
visit the-
underground yet.
We go
You're
visit the
underwater.
drow, yeah.
Me and Fit.
Fizzy. Fitzy?
We're all
I mean,
really
to be fair,
tired
Fizzy
today.
wouldn't be able to read it
No, I'm
anyway.
fine. I don't know what you're
so
talking
it would
about.
just be you, Daeris.
Yeah.
Just
Beat
yeah,
it.
I'm the only one who is a quote unquote natural undercommon reader.
So Fizzy, no, damn it, God, you fucked me up. Fitz and Ignatius, you two will both recognize what is written on the walls. Ignatius, you recognize it as deep speech. And the writing is what you would best describe as like a written history of what you're guessing is probably a small group of illithid. Or like a small pod of illithid that lived in this area at one point. There is a mention of rough dates of when the elder brain that they had failed and died. Their tadpoles eventually stopped being born, and it seems like things really started descending pretty poorly for them. And like some of the last writings do mention the discovery of a large opening to the above ground, open air, basically. And it appears that the opening goes even further down from where they found it, which, if you were guessing, means that this is really recent, and it is quite literally referencing that crack that opened 30 years ago. And then they stopped writing.
Spooky, spooky.
I wonder if they're the same ones that we ran into.
Finally, we're friends.
That's a bit far away from here.
It was 30 years ago. They can go anywhere.
30 years is
Hey,
more
Rob.
than enough time to move.
No.
I traveled twice as far in a fraction of the time.
Yeah, but that would have to imply there are underground cave systems or tunnels connecting them, since they
I
both
mean, they went
since
to
the other location was sealed off well before.
but there was also water.
Yeah.
It's all connected. It's not a serious thought.
And then he'll lead you further into what he says is the thing you need to see to believe. And now you understand why. Because look, as you're coming down here, you're looking at what you can best describe as a temple. As in an actual building in here. Not made of stone, not hewn from coral, but wood and brick. It is like you took a building from up above and brought it down here. And you can see it's partially still fused into the actual wall itself, where it is just jutting out enough for you to see it, and you to see where the kelp and the and algae have begun to grow off of the now rotting wood. But there it is. There's a whole ass building down here.
What? You ever go inside of it?
Can't go all the way in. There's stone inside of it.
I don't know if Move Earth is. You could try. You gotta be real
Touch it.
careful.
Touch it!
I know I can like once a day or something.
Yep. Yeah,
use
once
Move
per
Earth.
day you can use it and make it affect rock and stone. as opposed to simply Earth, because I think that limitation for move Earth is dumb.
Mhm.
Earth is
Choose-
mostly rock.
It is.
An area terrain no longer than or no larger than 40 feet on a side within range.
You could hollow out the house just like part of a village that's spawned underwater in Minecraft.
Yeah, no, you can absolutely. I'm not gonna fight you. You can absolutely use it to hollow it out.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. You begin to move and shape the stone away and out of the building, effectively pushing it back and out to hew something like a path, opening it up more. And as you do so, you start to unveil furniture. There is what looks like a pew and an altar that's back here. And it's all just been perfectly encased in stone, just in its entirety. And on it, you will recognize a symbol that you don't see very often, but you are vaguely aware of. It was the symbol for the old god of magic. He's one of the deities that was then later sent away, at least during the schism, but it looks like this was some kind of a building dedicated to him as an altar, or as a temple of a sort.
This is a weird question.
Yeah.
And you just answered this a second ago, but as we know, I'm operating on about 10% capacity.
You're okay.
How long ago did you say that the buildings, like the stuff was like plopped here?
The weapons that you saw were about 860 years old. This would be pretty close. It'd be about 860 years as well.
I can only go back 100 years. Still gonna do it, I think. I'm gonna cast Impressions of the Past and look back. Well, actually, I have another question. When did the crack form? I know we just answered that too, but
30 years ago.
30 years ago?
Yeah, that was 30 years ago.
I want to look back specifically on this spot, like 30 years ago.
When the crack opened up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're specifically going back to the day the sky cracked. Got it. Okay, very cool. As you do so, you will see that in this spot, when the day the sky cracked, you will see that there was stone here and nothing but stone. And then very suddenly, the building appears. And it doesn't seem like it happened at the exact time as the sky cracking. It seems like the sky cracked, and then maybe a few minutes to an hour, 2 hours later, boom, the building appears.
Did any people come with it? Did anything like living come with it?
No, but you did see fine ash first appeared inside of these caves at the same time.
Can we like explore the cave, like this building and stuff?
The shopkeeper will kind of like nod his head and go right ahead. I won't stop you.
I want to like look around. I don't know what I'm looking for. I just want to look around. And I'm sorry to hear talking in the background. I'm like muting myself when I'm not talking.
No, you're okay.
It's fine.
So, I'll let you guys just roll some generic perception checks if you'd like to see any more further detail. The four of you, that is. Acht. Natural
God
20
damn.
from Ignatius.
Fizzy probably still has a higher result.
Same.
Yep.
Same result.
Same result because I don't have my dice with me, so it's in the other room and I'm not getting it.
So, Granny and Fitz, what I'll point out to you guys is everything that was covered with stone is perfectly preserved. Perfectly. You actually will poke around enough, and as you guys head back, you find what looks like to be a plate of food. Someone had a chicken leg, some mashed potatoes, and what looked to be some broad beans, and they were eating it, and there's a perfectly preserved plate of food right there. It is not edible at this point by any way, shape, or form. It is dry and desiccated, but there's the fucking food. It was just covered with stone, just like everything else.
Which asshole god just went leave? This is
Be
my
gone.
spot.
Where did the guy who was eating the chicken leg go? Was he in the building? Was he just not?
I think he
Did
might
he
have
You don't
turned to
you don't see any
dust.
bones.
Or fully
Fine
preserved body.
ash is all I have to say.
Yeah.
Fizzy and Ignatius, on the other hand, Fizzy, what you'll see is there's something odd about what you are seeing in this room, and it seems. At first, you think maybe your eyes are just playing a trick on you, but it looks like from the area that you've just uncovered, it seems like it's a different color from the brick and the wood that was out there. And not just because that wood aged and was covered in water, but like the color seems off. Ignatius, on the other hand, you realize what it is. Because your magic is holy, and radiance does tend to change things, it's bleached. As if something very bright shone very fast and bleached it. But the most notable thing that you will see is a change in a specific silhouette shape near a wall, near where the food was that they found. It's a shape. It is a faint humanoid shape that casts a shadow.
Since Moonbeam is a subclass spell, so it's always prepared, could I sort of work out that it would be a similar sort of magic to being incinerated by Moonbeam?
Whoever this was incinerated by unbelievable radiant force.
Yeah, like a much more stronger,
Yep.
more powerful. So he'd say moments before this building arrived at this destination, or perhaps during the process, there was an incredible amount of radiant energy within the space, most likely incinerating all life.
Well, that doesn't sound great. I wonder.
It might be the power of whatever magic caused it that resulted in it ending up in this location. Or they could simply be coincidental.
That's just too bad about all those people.
Is there a way to figure out where this may have been previously located? By like looking at the wood or whatever.
It will be a history check to try and pinpoint the architecture.
Okay.
I'm gonna also roll it just based on a.
20 from Fitz.
Nope.
7 from Granny. 17 from Fizzy.
Oh, actually, not bad.
Not bad at all.
No.
2.
Yep.
I was just thinking if this happened to be like Remunion architecture, I might have,
Mhm.
because gnomes,
So Fitz, it's actually good that you rolled so well, because this is a funny little subset of architecture. So there is a certain kind of architecture that's very well known in not Sioge, Patricia, but that kind of architecture is very much based around sandstone and clay and brick and what have you.
Mhm.
This is a variation on that architecture that is seen mostly in Cronona, because they have access to wood in with relative ease, as well as the enough clay to make brick and mortar. It resulted in a similar design with different materials.
Mm.
So your guess is this is Crononan architecture.
Seems like it came from Cronona?
Interesting.
Where is that?
It's next. It's a big island next to Patricia. Lots of rich people like to go there and gamble. Always
Oh.
wanted to try.
Out of curiosity,
Mhm.
Ignatius is going to use Divine Sense to see if this area has been consecrated or desecrated.
Desecrated would probably be the closest term for what's happened here. It was once a holy place. It is now no longer a holy place, due to lack of upkeep and change in everything. So desecrated would be the closest term for it, though it is not accurate in my opinion.
It's not like specifically empowering undead. It's just lost its
No,
holy
no,
energy.
it's not that it was rendered unholy. It's that it simply is no longer holy. Is the best way of describing it.
I think we should take a closer look at this altar. If
By all means. I mean, yeah.
my knowledge of the arcane primarily deals with divine magic, so if we also combined Fitz's knowledge of the arcane magic, we might be able to find out more. So
You want some help?
either Ignatius will help you, or you could help Ignatius.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
But just like the two different sides of magic.
Right. It's whatever you want to do.
Would you prefer to roll, or would you
Well-
want me to?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I happen to get +9.
God damn it.
So
It's every
whatever.
fucking time.
Yeah, you do have a higher modifier.
God fucking damn it.
And
I knew that already because Ignatius is not an intelligence character but has proficiency,
Mhm.
whereas Fitz is an intelligence character.
And help means I roll at advantage.
You roll
Yes.
with advantage, yes.
Okay.
It wouldn't be.
Wait, can I provide guidance?
Sure.
Okay, also add a d4 to that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm.
Jesus Christ.
I usually only suggest like assisting when I also have proficiency in a skill.
Mhm. I rolled 2 11s.
That's fine.
11.
The heck?
Help, bro.
11, 1. So 21.
21.
You will see that. So what in particular are you trying to see at this altar? Out of curiosity.
So, two things: trying to ascertain what its purpose might be,
Okay.
and also if there are any vestiges of magic that remain.
Okay. So vestiges of magic, no, not at all. They're gone. As for the purpose of this altar, it was an altar of worship. It was as was already kind of surmised. This was a altar for the worship of the god of magic. They have long gone silent for a majority of the worshippers, so it is very much seen as a one-sided kind of deal. If you ever try to pray to him, you will not get a response. You will most likely not get magic. You will most likely not get any kind of clerical anything. He is a non-deity, as in that he does not respond. So it was effectively purely symbolic and purely religious purposes in this case. So it was here for the purpose of worshiping a god. That's it.
Everyone has a household deity.
That is effectively it, yeah.
Alright.
As you guys are poking around this newly uncovered area, along with the shopkeep, who is also, stop yawning, taking down notes on what is found on a slate that he carries with him. The other two, Daeris and Caz, you two have been shown the direction of some unexplored areas. It is dark by most people's definitions. Thankfully, you can both see in the dark, and Daeris is completely unaffected by this, so it means nothing.
Drop.
So you guys are okay. You can see in the dark, no problem. What you will be able to tell pretty quickly is that this is the area that you saw out there is very much maintained and controlled for visiting purposes. The kelp in here has grown very thick and very knotted. Going through it is basically like trying to dig your way through a bush. It is just solid green brown kelp. Additionally, there are definitely critters in here. They seem very surprised by you. Most of them flee immediately. No concerns there. There are a few that do appear to be sticking their heads out of holes, keeping eyes on you, and their teeth look to be pretty sharp and pointy. So it may be a good idea to not put your hand in there. But would you two be so kind as to please roll me some perception checks?
Let's see.
I want to roll a 12 on the die.
Why are you trying to call this out? What the fuck?
Because I
Well, it was the result was 12, not the die roll.
misunderstood.
That's so funny.
It's like if Babe Ruth pointed to the bleachers and then hit a guy on the first seat of the bleacher.
Well, it's more because of the low roll. It's more like he pointed to a guy behind him and fouled the ball and hit the guy.
Fouled the ball, cracked him in the skull. I don't know how you do this, dude. I really don't.
Me?
Yes, you. Yes.
What do you want from me? Do you want
You're
the
gonna,
truth?
you're gonna roll physical dice now.
I want you to.
Yes.
I
I'm
want you to
looking
get a
for
priest, and I want you to get blessed. That's what I want.
Christianity's a sham.
I know it is, but we have to make some attempts here.
Not so.
What you guys will be able to see in this area is right off the bat, there definitely are not many important or striking objects that you're immediately seeing. You will see there is definitely what looks to be something like a large clam of some sort, and there does appear to be a pearl that is sitting inside of its mouth. Bear in mind, this is a very large clam. The pearl is about yay big, about the size of like a tennis ball. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not toddler's head size.
What's
You
the
got
point?
Jill so excited for nothing.
No, it's
What's the point?
it's about the size of like a
ball
tennis
size.
ball. But the clam itself is about the size of like the hood of a hatchback. So this is a big ass clam, and you have a hunch that it may clamp down if you are not careful enough.
I mean,
Do
I
you
have
have something made?
phantom grapnel.
That works.
Yeah.
You're just gonna grapnel the
The pearl, yeah.
The pearl.
yeah.
Yeah.
Smash that.
I got distracted by
It's
dice.
not like I have to be nearby it.
No, that's fair.
Grab that pearl. Hey, wait, Connor.
Yeah?
How big did you say it was?
The pearl?
The clam.
Its shell is about the size of the hood of a hatchback. So, like, yay big. It's like the hood of a car. This is a big ass clam.
How big of a mother of pearl do you think you could get from that thing?
A lot of it.
Kaz, do you still have the... Can you hand me the pickaxe?
Yeah.
I'm going to go around the back of this clam.
Mm.
Connor, you know what I'm doing.
No, the poor clam.
Do you know how much money Mother of Pearl is worth?
I know, but still.
It's also very pretty. That shit is so pretty. For reference, just in case someone doesn't know what Mother of Pearl is, it is literally the layer on the inside of the clam or whatever thing it is, whatever mollusk type it is, that is just shiny and smooth because it's the material that pearls are composed from.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the entire inside of this thing's shell is just mother of pearl. That would be a pretty accurate description of it. Are you still going to try to steal the pearl first, or are you just gonna fucking kill this thing?
Yes. Do you want to kill it first, or do you want to get the pearl?
Worst case scenario, if we can't get the mother of pearl, we should definitely try to grab the pearl.
Yeah, grab the pearl first, and then we'll see what we can do with the clam itself.
Right. Okay. Phantom grapnel the pearl, finally.
Okay. I will say you'll be able to do that no problem. The clam will snap its mouth shut upon doing so, but you are now in possession of a tennis ball-sized pearl.
I know there's a specific point I can hit along its seam. That if I hit it, it should sever the nerve on the underside of it. So it goes straight through and should kill it pretty humanely.
Hmm.
Don't look at me.
What?
I don't know this.
I don't know if it's factual, but it makes most sense. Most creatures like that have to have a connecting point, and if you severed it, it'd make it useless. It's like hitting between a octopus's eyeballs.
It's also a clam.
Yeah, but I also don't want to be inhumane.
I mean, like, it
Come
doesn't
on.
have, like, I don't think it even has a brain.
Counterpoint, you could take the entire clam and shove it into the bag of holding if you wanted to.
Yeah, but you said it was
Fit?
the back was like. That's why I was doing it like that. Could we just fit it in the bag of holding?
I would say with some serious work and an athletic check, yes, you could.
Alright, Kaz, let's try to shove this thing in instead of breaking it.
Okay. With the enhancement of Granny's blessing.
I mean, if you get it alive, it's also good eating.
That is
That's
also
true.
true. We will eat this clam like seafood.
Oh my god, we will eat like kings.
Okay, what do I have to roll?
Athletics.
At
yeah,
advantage
but-
because
At
of
advantage
the
because you have bull strength.
Okay.
hands of it.
Lana, can the DC be lower if Daeris is helping?
Yes.
Since I can't give advantage, I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, that's fair.
And your carry capacity doubles, which might be useful.
11.
I should have rolled
So
my
you-
physical dice.
You are having some difficulty getting this clam inside of the opening. It's with some work, you definitely could get it to fit, but you'll be wasting quite a bit of time doing so. You also could just smash it to pieces and then shove it in.
We could just sever the two halves and shove it in.
That's
Okay,
also an option.
we
'cause
can
it'd
do
make
that.
it easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll just essentially break the shell into the two halves
Yeah.
and then shove it in.
You guys just very, very much bodily just snap this thing in half, then just cram it into the bag of holding.
Well, at least
Um,
we got something valuable already.
And food.
And food. Oh, that's gonna taste so good with like melted butter and garlic.
As you continue along further and deeper inside the cave, you will see that there are more openings on the sides that you're seeing, and more critters that are kind of poking their heads out just a little bit. They all look vaguely snake-like, but with much more teeth. I would like some perception checks, please.
It's
Are
the
those
body.
eels? Are those
Mhm.
eels?
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh, you fucked this up for
Don't
me.
fuck this up for me.
I'm gonna roll my physical dice. I'm scared of
That's
my
fine.
digital.
Thank you.
That's actually better.
Thank you. What'd you get, Jolly?
So my perception is a +7. So I rolled a 15.
22.
Yeah.
My dice was a 16. I have a +10 for a 26.
22 and a 26. So in that case, Kaz, what you will note is that hanging around one of the teeth of one of the largest eels in here, there is what looks to be a ring, like a little golden ring that is stuck around one of its teeth.
Oh.
Daeris, what you will notice, in addition, once that is pointed out to you, you realize that immediately. Ring's in great shape too. You will also note, Daeris, one, there is what it feels like a current coming in from further into the cave, so it's coming your way. And two, there are 2 coins that you can see on the floor of this cave.
We have rope, don't we?
Yeah, I have a rope of climbing.
You can literally send it out to anchor.
Or Daeris didn't eat her kelp stuff.
No, you don't have
She
to.
kept it, but she didn't eat it.
Yes.
Kaz, does Ruben need to breathe?
I don't know. He doesn't need to eat.
Would this work on Ruben? Ruben, eat this.
As he is trying to eat underwater.
This is how he becomes a sea monkey.
Awful.
Alright, Ruben, there are 2 gold coins all the way down there. Can you see them? I want you to try to go get them.
He starts like kind of floundering his way through the water as he swims to them.
Daeris at
and-
this point is going to look at Kaz and say, I'm so sorry if he dies.
Oh no.
I don't know how big he is compared to these eels.
You will see, Kaz,
Okay.
as he picks up the 2 coins, he seems very happy to find these 2 coins, and he turns towards you and starts to lift them up, and then you'll see that one of the eel heads snaps out of its hole and goes, and then immediately tries to pull back, and Ruben vanishes. He's dead. He's gone.
Oh, he only has 15 HP.
Oh my god, I forgot he has so much more. Never mind. Let me roll the hit. I apologize. I forgot he had more health.
Wait, what is
That's my
Ruben's
bad.
AC?
13.
So you gotta roll to hit a 13, Connor.
I gotta hit the monkey.
Yeah, also I did know they were Ruben's coins. So I wanted him to go get them so he could be excited about it, so he felt like he was doing something in this.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
That's meta. Because out of character,
meta.
I would have.
Yeah, out of character, you would not know that.
No. In character, Daeris just didn't want to dive all the way down there.
Fair.
Out of character, I knew they were coins for Ruben.
Is Daeris suffering asthma even underwater from this strenuous swimming?
No, if I had to hold my breath, I would.
It's a miss! It's a miss!
The monkey lives!
At first, you think that Ruben has been eaten, as you see that this massive eel mouth goes right over where Ruben would be, and then it pulls back, leaving a cloud of sediment. And then you'll see Ruben very quickly starting to paddle his way back, holding both coins.
At that point, Daeris would go, I'm gonna get your monkey.
Okay, that's fair.
And swim down to try to meet him partway down and grab him.
Yep, you grab hold of Ruben, and you'll see in his hand he has 2 coins, both of which have a very different symbol on them than you are used to. It doesn't look like any kind of Akesian coinage that you've seen.
Wait, one of them then?
Both of them.
Both of them.
They both have what looks like the head of a screaming monkey on it.
Okay.
Are you okay, Ruben? I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm just glad you're safe. I would have killed that eel, to be quite honest.
Now get the ring.
No.
I was gonna roll my kleptomania check, but considering we're down here, I'm gonna grab it anyway. Or at least try to kill it.
Oh, yeah, no. We're taking anything we can, anything that's not literally so stuck in the wall we can't pull it out.
Right.
LeJuck was sending Ruben to get the ring.
Ruben, get the ring.
No!
I know. Kaz, think of it this way. We can indulge in your kleptomania here as much as you'd like.
Oh my god, thank you for that.
You just have to lie about what you found.
And let me do the lying.
Fair. So true.
So, how are you gonna try and get that ring?
I'm gonna at least it's the eel, right? Technically.
It is an eel, not the same eel that just tried to kill Ruben, but an eel, and it is a big one.
Hey,
How
Kaz.
big, boy? How big are we talking there?
You sized, to be honest.
Huh?
Yes, you sized. Like, it is big enough it could probably take a decent chunk out of you.
Listen, eel is delicious.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Kaz. Kaz.
Yeah.
How quick do you think you could strike something?
I don't know. I mean,
Because we could probably bait it out with some food, and then you could just run it through.
yeah, that's true. What do we have that that serves a bait?
Daeris opens the bag of holding. Part of this
Clam.
giant clam.
Oh yeah, that's true. We'll just pull chunks of it, yeah.
Yeah, just cut off maybe like a fist-sized chunk.
Yeah.
Okay. I want animal handling from one of you, and whoever's doing the attack, I'm gonna want an attack roll once that animal handling is done.
On
Okay.
a scale of 0 to 10, I have a 2.
I hate
What's
this joke.
yours?
I'm glad it's you because I'm a -1.
Okay, yeah, I'll do the animal handling.
And let me point out, if you don't have a swimming speed, then you have disadvantage on attack rolls underwater, unless the weapon is dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident.
Hey, fun fact, one of them's got a dagger, the other one's got a short sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Make sure
Alright.
you use appropriate weapon.
Animal handling. Is that that's a 9 on the die, so 11.
Okay. I will have a regular attack roll from Caz.
Okay. I'm trying to debate. No, because the Thousand Scars is a rapier,
Yeah,
technically.
Phaeon would be your best bet. Because
Phaeon,
then you have
okay.
no worries about advantage or disadvantage.
I'll roll. That's pretty good, actually.
That's quite good. Roll damage.
Let's see.
9 points of damage.
The giant
The-
eel, how much health could it have?
19 actually.
Wow.
Yeah, they're granted they're only CR 1/2, so it's not amazing, but still.
Mhm.
You will be able to very quickly stab into this as it lunges out for the clam, and you'll see that it will start to thrash and move away violently. Yes,
Is Daeris within 5 feet?
this would be sneak attack. Actually, that's fair. We'll sneak attack.
Oh yeah. Okay.
5 foot reach. Yeah.
Daeris can see this thing when it coming towards her more quickly than she is comfortable with.
Hang
With
on,
a
sorry, I
lot
was
of
trying to find my
teeth.
buttons.
I think
Okay,
it's dead.
17. Yeah, that's dead.
20.
Okay.
You will be able to very quickly drive the dagger into the head of it, and it thrashes violently, and then starts to drift down to the bottom of the sand. The thing must be about 10 feet long.
We're taking it and shoving it in the bag as well.
Yes, we're also eating eel.
Wait, you're gonna make the biggest pan of paella ever.
No, I'm thinking sushi.
Yeah.
You guys remove the ring from its tooth, and you see
Mhm.
it's a nice, lovely gold ring with a beautiful blue-purple colored gem in it.
Mm.
Pocket that along with the pearl. Shove the eel inside the bag of holding,
And we've got Ubin's 2 coins.
and 2 coins for Ruben.
Eh.
Would you like to
Yay.
try and go in deeper?
Yes.
Yes.
We haven't found anything worth stopping for.
Let us know if the other group should pick up some crab to go with it.
I'll also on the way we'll put the 2 coins on the monkey as well. So that way.
You want to hold on to doing that until you're out.
Oh,
of the-
okay.
Yeah, just because it's better. It's just better to do that. Not
That's
in
fair.
Here. Yeah. You guys continue making your way further and deeper into this area, and as you're doing so, you realize the current is becoming stronger and stronger. I would like athletics checks from both of you.
Yay!
Yay! We died together in a cave.
Kaz has advantage.
I don't. I've got a +0.
Okay.
So this is a
Physical.
flat roll.
Oh boy. If anything comes to worse, I will phantom grapple you.
This is not the worst I've ever rolled for an athletic, so I'm not actually mad at it.
Yeah, we saw you fall into enough holes to see the evidence of what bad athletics checks look like.
Hannah, I live less than 2 hours from you.
Oh, God.
You want to make that drive just to kill me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I rolled a 13 plus 6.
13 plus
19.
6? 19?
Yes.
What'd you get, Jess?
I got a 12.
You got a 12. Okay.
Ah, we're so matched together.
Kaz, you start to kind of grab hold of the floor beneath you as well and start to use that to kind of claw your way forward as you're swimming. You see Daeris is having trouble, and Daeris is kind of dug their hands into the ground just like you have, but the only difference is that the current is still carrying Daeris because they're so much taller than you, and they are just slowly getting dragged away.
I will use phantom grapple to
I will say they're being pushed back, back the way you came.
yeah.
Real quick, you still have what's the rope that doesn't move?
Rope with climbing.
Rope trick.
Rope trick.
Well, rope trick creates the pocket dimension. Rope of climbing, you can actually have it move itself. and even anchor around points.
Do we have that?
Kaz has both.
Yeah, it was Tana's.
I have both. What do you want me to do?
We could send the rope ahead of us, and that way we have like a guide rope to help us fight through the current.
Okay.
Okay. That's actually pretty clever usage of a rope of climbing. Please make it another athletics check with advantage this time.
Okay.
This-
My trait. Show
Let me grab a second die.
Woo! That is beefy 18 plus 6.
Oh,
24.
24.
Hey Jill, I'm gonna use the die I'm giving you for a gift.
Yes. Curse
Poor
it
Jill.
before its use.
Oh, buddy, you were so tired.
You said curse, but actually, the fact that it's not my die made it the opposite.
What'd you roll?
A 19!
Woo!
Oh, that's actually really good.
I love how we're like
Four.
one number off from each other.
A 19. 4 and 19.
Look, Daeris and Caz both have money on the brain.
Yep. As you guys are using the rope of climbing as a guide rope, and using it to pull you forward closer and closer into this very hard, very strong current, Daeris, you are behind Caz. Simple as that. She's stronger than you. She's moving better. There's no getting around
Yeah, no question.
that. Caz, as you guys are moving forward, you see that this is actually leading to something close to a dead end. There are some squeeze points where, in theory, you guys could like squeeze in further, but the idea of squeezing in further into a cave filled with water that you're not familiar with, I don't need to tell you, it's not a great idea. That's how people die. But what you will note is that sticking out of the wall is what looks to be a glass bottle with a cork that has a piece of string going through it, and that piece of string is then tied around the bottle itself, keeping it in place. And you think, judging by the movement of all the kelp, that's where the current's coming from.
Is it like a spell of a inside a bottle? Is that
You don't
what's
know.
happening?
I think it's a magic item that I actually know what is out of character, and I would like it because I think it's neat.
I mean, all I have to do is just grab it with Phantom Grapnel, right?
You have to pull it out of the wall.
Yeah. Let's get to the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And you stay a little bit back, use Phantom Grapnel on it. And at the same time, Kana, I'm gonna see if you'll let me do this trick again.
Okay.
I'm going to use knock on part of the wall.
Not in this case, because when you last did that, you were trying to do that to knock open a wall to make a passage.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get something free from a wall. Not in this case.
Cool. That's okay. Actually.
Yep.
What would distort gravity do in this situation, do you think? It's a weird physics question in this instance.
I think the problem is that the buoyancy of the water would really cut a lot of the effectiveness of it.
Okay.
It would just probably cause things that settle on the surface to sink,
like
and things that settle on the bottom to rise.
I think if you did that, a whole lot of sediment would be pushed the opposite way. So I don't think it would help in this scenario, but it's an interesting thought experiment.
Shouldn't affect any currents.
Mm-mm.
Those are separate force from gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, regardless, while Caz is trying to pull it out, I'm gonna try to take my short sword and push it down to like help
Try and like
wedge it
pry
out.
it loose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm using the flat side so I don't accidentally break the bottle.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you can't. It's a magic item.
Daeris doesn't know that.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. 2 athletics checks, please.
advantage,
Kaz?
so because
Yep.
it's technically
No, bear
yes.
strength.
Well, advantage for you for bear strength. Just plain
Okay.
for you, Daeris. As Kaz, you're basically trying to brace yourself in place so that the Phantom Grapnel pulls it towards you, while Daeris is trying to bust that fucker loose.
Damn.
What'd you get, Daeris?
12 on the die again.
12 on the die. Kaz?
13 plus. Well, it's not a match, but it's like 13 plus. Is a 6?
Six.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
19.
Those are the same rolls that you rolled on your first athletics.
So you guys, now using the Phantom Grapnel and the short sword to try and pull this fucker loose, you've kind of knocked it downward a little bit more, and suddenly the current's being pushed down into the sediment, and it just knocks up this huge cloud of dust. Now you, Daeris, cannot see Kaz, and Kaz, you can't see Daeris or the wall. It's not loose yet, but you're getting closer.
Connor, now I can use Distort Gravity and get the debris gone.
Okay, yes, fair. Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Oh, you rushed in can't on that.
You rushed in, can't use Distort Gravity, and suddenly the sediment starts to rise up very fast. And there you go. All right. You've solved my sediment puzzle. Another athletic check from both of
Okay.
you, please.
Okay.
Full advantage for you.
Yep, still advantage for Kaz.
It's a 12 at least plus
Okay.
6, so 18. But my my other roll was a 1, so 12. was a
18
lot
is
better.
better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, before I tell you what the roll is, Daeris is too busy focusing on trying to get that spell off at the same time he's pulling down to try to loosen it, that it makes her fumble a little because she does take one of her hands off because it's a touch spell.
Yep.
That's only a 5 on the die.
Okay.
Mm.
It's not as bad as it could have been. You will kind of fumble. You're not really able to keep prying it to help out Kaz. Kaz, you're feeling it get looser, but it is still not loose. It is still in place.
Come on. Come on.
Another athletics check.
Okay, come on, dice. Come on.
Listen, I don't ask you for much, you weird cum little die.
Okay, natural 1 from that die.
First roll was a 10, second roll was a 15. So,
Okay.
21.
21.
21, yeah.
I need you to be a 15, okay? Thank you, sweetie.
Wait, Jill's not awake enough to react.
What'd you get, bud?
Oh, Jess.
Not
Oh,
a
Jess.
one.
Is it a 2?
2.
Yeah, it's a 2.
Yeah. You keep getting 2s today,
Oh,
which means
buddy.
you don't benefit from it. It's just a bad roll.
You know what? This is the most fitting thing I can see. Daeris, you are trying to pry it loose using your short sword as best you can, trying to put as much of your weight on it as possible to pry it out, while Kaz is pulling on it quite well. Kaz, you will feel it come loose and start to snap towards you. At the same time, Daeris, you are pressing your weight down, and it drops out as suddenly the bottle is pulled out from underneath it, and your short sword slips into the opening that was left behind in that indent, and then you feel your short sword go poof, and it snaps in half.
What in the Legend of Zelda? Daeris will pull out her half a sword.
So,
I'm gonna need a new short sword.
well, at least we got the money to replace it, right?
It costs 10 gold. So.
Yeah, yeah. I just really liked this one.
Sorry, Daeris.
Okay, we got the cool wind bottle.
Yeah. At least, is it still making that drift anyway? Or
You can still feel quite a current coming from it, but you see it's got a cork tied around it, around the neck of the bottle.
You can-
Hey, Kaz, do me a favor. Just push the cork in a little bit more.
Okay. I push the cork in a little more.
You kind of push it in and it goes, and suddenly the current stops.
Hey Connor, when all that debris came up, is there anything in it that's like worth money or glittery or shiny?
No. Nothing else that you
Damn.
see. Not immediately.
Do you want to look for anything else while we're here, Kaz?
I mean, no, not really. But did we get the amount? We only got one magic item, I think, right?
That you know of.
Shut up, Connor. Meta-wise, I'm well aware that ring is probably magic.
We can't identify it right now, so.
You can.
Not well. Our identifier is in the other tunnels.
I mean, you could attempt an Arcana.
You could.
My Arcana is not strong. It's only a +4. Do you want to kill any more of these eels and take it back?
Yeah, sure. Maybe we can do that.
Guys, you won't believe what we got. It's a bag of eels. This is disgusting, actually. You know
what?
that,
They're
right?
good. It's good to eat.
Eels are delicious.
I need to point out, you can find the smaller eels, just put the bag of holding in front of the hole and spook them, and they'll just swim into the bag of holding.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Connor, also, the ones that are the size of us, those teeth,
Big and pointy.
big and pointy.
Yeah.
Good for spears.
Arrow tips.
Yeah. Now, Connor, if you put live eels in the bag, they're gonna start eating the stuff that's dead in there.
Well, the first and foremost, they'll suffocate because there's not a lot of water in there. So I will tell you guys right now, you guys got what was there. There are no more items.
Okay.
Not unless you
Well,
want to do something that I don't recommend, which would be go into that little squeeze area. That's
Connor,
a bad idea.
I want to do it so bad. You don't understand.
Such a fucking clown.
I'm a clown.
You no
The
longer
bag
have
does
a
not scare
size.
me.
You no longer have a size small character to go in there and get out.
I'll be fine.
No, you won't.
Hey Connor, do you know what I have?
We have.
I have Misty Step, motherfucker.
You could do that, yeah.
What the fuck is
You
that
have
gonna
to
do?
see the destination, so you'd have to see around your stuck self.
That's what mirrors are
I
for.
will say, if the DM is telling you it's a bad idea,
I'm telling
if
you,
you're
it's-
stuck, you're not gonna get a mirror out.
Hold on,
I-
Connor. This
What?
is an important question. Is there a magic item back there?
No.
Then I won't
there's
do it.
there's funky lore stuff, but that's about it.
Funky lore stuff.
I don't. This is gonna sound awful. Daeris does not care enough about lore to worry about it.
All right, fair
She's here
enough.
for magic items.
That's fair. No, it was very much like if you decided to go in there, I had something I could pull out, but like I would
Please
not do
don't.
that because I am scared of that kind of shit.
Fine. We got the 2 items and the coins
Yeah.
And
Some
the mother of
seafood.
pearl and the pearl.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Look, from Daeris and Caz's point of view, this has been a win.
So I have a question.
Hmm.
Are you going to try to hide potential magic items from the shopkeep, or are you just going to be honest?
Kaz, do we lie or?
Well, I don't know if he'll give a shit about the coins, for starters.
I don't think he'll realize the magic.
Nah.
It's got a magic aura, but like, there's a difference between a magic aura and a magic item.
In terms of telling, like, I don't know, what is he gonna do? Not let us go into the cave system again?
Hold on 1 second, I want to do something. I'm just gonna give it a quick test roll. That's not bad. I
I'll
say we
also-
only.
I'll also
Hmm?
point out the guy did give you a discount.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
All right.
Sorry, what do you want from me?
No, it's terribly cruel of you. Fair enough.
He
tell him
did
where we
say
go.
100 gold discount for magic items. He's probably gonna sell for over 1,000 each.
Yeah, it's the job.
Yeah, and guess what? I never claimed to be a good person.
Brutal.
It's we either sell the magic items, which hopefully he'll pay us back, I guess, maybe. Or we just don't tell him we keep the items for ourselves.
Let's tell him that we found the pearl and the eels.
Okay.
So that way it doesn't seem like we came away without anything.
Well, you have to tell him that, because I'm a bad liar.
I know.
Daeris.
I've got this. So, an agreement, we're not going to tell him we found anything.
Truths.
Truths. We're not telling Granny until after we're in the cart and we're away from the town.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't trust Granny to not be a goody two-shoes about it.
I will remind you, she happily immediately stole a book from a library for Fitz.
I know.
Yeah.
We,
She's not
we also don't tell Fitz. Because then he'll feel like an accessory to thievery.
Well,
Yeah.
Fitz also can't control his face, so if asked about it, he would be panicking and people would know something was up.
Also, out of
So-
character, their player is too terribly tired, and I would recommend you give Jill a little break, okay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not messing with Fitz for that reason. So
Messing with Fitz
we only
squash.
found the giant clam with the pearl and some eels.
Yes.
There's a weird current that kept us from going very far.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go.
In time, you guys will all make your way back towards the opening of the caves. The guided tour group, you guys will follow behind the shopkeep, and the other two will make your way back from where you are doing your exploring. And you will be brought back up into the Cerulean Hollows, where the first and foremost, everybody who was here will be provided a towel to dry off. Second, he will call over the people who did the exploring, Caz and Daeris, and he'll look at you two and go, "So, what did you manage to find, out of curiosity?"
A really strong current. I'm not surprised you haven't gone that way.
I'm a really good swimmer, so I'll probably manage, but still.
A lot of eels. A lot
Not
of eels.
surprising. Not surprising. Those need to get culled every once in a while.
Oh, and Darius will grab in the bag of holding this pearl. We also
will-
took the clam.
You will grab hold of the pearl, and you'll see that his eyes briefly flash with some kind of magic. Good on you. You managed to find something.
What is it?
Pearl of Power. You can use it to hold on to spell slots.
Ah,
You found yourself a
self and I
gem.
am.
You can either keep it or sell it.
That would be
It's the guy from
Ex-
Webkins.
something
I
that's
just love that
technically-
Joe comes in and then goes right back to sleep.
a Pearl of Power is actually really useful for warlocks.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
Really
Um,
useful for
Even though it can
everybody,
only
to be
get you
honest
a
with you.
third level spell slot back. But
How much is
still,
it? How much is it worth?
Pearl of Power.
Yeah.
I'd have to double check. Meaning Connor needs to double check.
it's a pretty common item. Like, all things considered.
I mean, we can if he charges us, we can always just take it, buy it, and then back from him if we need it. I mean, it'd be useful.
To be honest with you, I could probably sell it for about 5,000.
Jill's eyes.
That's a lot.
Spellcasters love these things.
Never.
I only managed to find a handful of them every once in a while, but I occasionally have some government associated sorts pop by and ask if I have any of these, and they buy them immediately. Find anything else?
Hold on, Connor. I'm trying to process some things. So
Yes.
we paid to go cave diving in an unexplored cave. We find something worth 5,000 gold, and he just gets to keep the whole 5,000.
Again.
You could also tell him about the other stuff you have and try to bargain with him.
Yeah. Well, what was the plan? It was like if we find more than 3 items.
If you find more than 3 items, he'd be willing to give you a second.
Yeah, Daeris is gonna
Okay.
decide on that minute because we didn't think the pearl was magic. It's gonna
This is how this works. It is a rigged game for him. You need to understand this.
Fine.
Yeah,
There is
I
one
know.
option. It's 7
I'm
on
not-
1. We kill the shopkeep.
What?
Okay, hold on.
No, we are not evil.
6 on 1.
I'm not doing that.
No.
Daeris will go. Yeah, we found a couple other things. The current, there was still a little bit of one even after we left, but the thing that majorly caused it was this bottle.
You'll see that flash of light from behind his eyes. That looks like a decanter of endless water.
Endless water.
Yep.
Into endless water, and the effect would have been geyser.
Yes, that's exactly it, Cody.
It's a pretty fun item.
Excellent item. I like it quite a bit. With that said, it's a pretty simple enchantment. It's just create water kind of amped up a little bit more.
And
I put it.
also,
I'd probably set it about 750.
also this ring.
Oh, useless for me. He'll set that down. It is magic. It's completely useless for me.
What does it do?
Ring of water walking.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm sure someone would love to have it, but for me and what I do, I can swim underwater. I can breathe underwater. That means nothing to me.
And I'll also, out of character, point out any magic items we don't want that we keep. We can trade to the curator at the magic items up in the north for magic items we can't use.
It's also true.
Hmm.
So, you found 3. Good on you. I'll give you 2. What do you want?
Oh.
Go right ahead. That's yours.
Cash, you want to decide on the other one? What do you want? The water walking or the geyser?
The 750 for the bottle, right?
Yeah, and in theory, you could probably buy it from somebody else. It's like I said, it's not an amazing item. It's a fun one, though. I like it.
And the water
Well,
walking ring?
It
Yeah.
does not require attunement, so anyone can use it.
Yeah, I don't think any of these require attunement.
Pearl of Power does.
Oh, Pearl of Power does?
Yeah.
It does. Thank you. Yeah, Pearl of Power requires attunement. Everything else is fine.
How much do you
Yeah.
think the ring is worth?
I'd estimate it probably about the right person, 1,500.
There you go, Kaz. Up to you.
I mean, it would be good because I hate swimming.
You really do hate swimming.
I really hate swimming. And then the endless water. I don't know. Would you guys want to use the endless water, or is it more beneficial to have the water walking ring for one person?
At this point in the campaign, we have multiple people who can cast Create Food Water, and Granny has Create or Destroy Water.
Yeah, and I usually have that prepared. But on the other hand, Create or Destroy Water cannot do the geyser effect that a decanter of endless water can do.
No.
You can be a little bit more creative with the decanter.
You can.
Yeah.
To describe the geyser effect, It produces 30 gallons of water gushing forth, and in a geyser 30 feet long, 1 foot wide. You can aim it as a bonus action at creatures within 30 feet. They have to make a DC 13 strength save or take some damage and fall prone.
It'd be so good to put out fires with that, though.
It
Although
would.
Also point out I can do water walk, so if you want to
Yeah.
walk on water, I can also do that.
That is also true.
though I will also say, because I have the item in another game, it's an action to remove the cork of the decanter.
Yes.
So if you use Geyser, it takes both your action and bonus action. Yeah, outside of combat it doesn't matter, but if you're using it in combat, then that's your whole turn.
I mean, aside that Fizzy already knows how to cast the spell Water Walk on several people, I think it would be good to get the bottle because of scenarios like, let's say that Stoneheart thing where we couldn't put out the fire.
In
So-
fairness, the geyser effect is basically a water hose.
Yeah.
It's a fire hose. That's exactly what it is.
My personal opinion on it is we'll likely want to see what we could trade either item for at the museum. If there's something that's more useful to the goop. Because both are going to be niche.
We can think about it.
It's true. You can also think it over, and because we're gonna be ending session soon, you can also think it over. Get back to me next session.
Nah, I'm fine with the giving it for the water bottle, honestly.
Okay. So you want the pearl of power and the decanter, or the pearl of power and the ring?
The canter?
Got it. Okay. So, you will slide the ring over to him. He will take that, and he will pass you guys the decanter of endless water and the pearl of power, and they are all yours.
Heck, we got a pearl of power for pretty much free.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we found the 2 coins, by the way.
Oh yeah,
how nice.
we should do that in the cart.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as I mentioned, the coins, the shop kind of just shrugs. 2 coins, not a big deal for him.
2 gold coins.
Yeah, means nothing.
I mean, you
I was-
effectively altogether get the guy like 1,730 gold from all of us plus the ring.
Yeah, he nets a
And-
profit no matter what.
And the 3,750 from buying magic items from him. So altogether got him about 5,500 gold today.
So, the decanter of endless water and the pearl of power, we will decide on whose inventory that goes to. But with that, you guys pack away your new gains, your new items, including quite a few pounds of clam and eel meat that are stuffed into the bag of holding, and we will end session there. Thank you all so very much for being here. I hope my players had fun, even though a few of us were quite tired. No insult intended to you, Jill. I'm sorry you had to be this worn out, dude. And
several
again,
of us.
apologies, Michelle. Sorry about you having to only get half a
It's not
session.
your fault.
but still.
It's yeah.
Um,
It happens.
If you guys enjoy this password run, tell your friends. We stream this every Wednesday. We stream this Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. If you like what we do, password run, tell your friends. We are on Spotify and other podcast services out there. But with all that said, it's time to end the stream. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Guys, dream.
Bye.